Hello everyone, this is Jacopo, CEO of Dynamite Studios, here with the very last video development update for the Fall Alpha 2021, covering the topics that were left behind from the previous videos. So, the content of this video will be quite heterogeneous. We're going to touch many different topics, and the very first one is the new PvP rule set of the planet Syndesia. One word of warning about this topic and also the next ones. They may be subject to change. We are experimenting here, so details in the implementation may and will likely change. But what is not going to change are the ideas behind them, the objectives that we are pursuing. And well, let's start with player versus player. As you know, if you've taken part in the previous test we've run in April and May, we had a player killing problem. That's not what we want for the human planet Syndesia. The human planet should be a place where player killing doesn't really happen. It should be the place of competition between guilds for world bosses, for cities in sieges, in raids, and so on. But as a regular PvE player who is just minding its own business, you shouldn't be bothered by player killers. And that clearly hasn't been the case in the previous set, in the previous test, as I've mentioned. And we had to change that. And we have taken some radical measures in order for that to happen. And if these are not enough, we will take even harder measures. If you love open PvP without consequences, really hardcore, there is a place for you, and the place is the demon planet, Tartaros, that's coming later in the development of the game. But we want the human planet to be a place where people generally feel safe. And how is that happening? Well, first of all, good players only drop 2 pieces of equipment on death, but also we are expecting there to be fewer evil players because of the addition of a new status. And this new alignment is the neutral alignment that is suggested for players who want to engage in competitive PvE and PvP content without becoming criminals. So as soon as you pick a neutral alignment, you can attack and be attacked by all players of neutral alignment without any consequence. In a way, it's like a combatant flag or an aggressive flag, if you know what I mean. You drop a little more, 4 items on that. And why would you want to choose that, you may ask? Well, the reason is that you can summon legends and you can gain loot from legends. Legends, if you don't know, are world bosses, and a significant chunk of the player progression in Fracture goes through Lost Tales, which are the main loot from these very tough creatures that have to be tackled as a group. Also, I mean, the rest of the loot of legends is also pretty great. So it's definitely an activity that we foresee all skilled players are going to pursue, unless they really hate PvP and they want to stay out of the risk of being attacked while fighting. Also, there are notifications that are broadcast in the global chat when a group is engaging with a legend, and that's of course more likely to set the stage of large PvP battles. The last alignment, as before, is the evil alignment. And if you set yourself as evil, you can attack any other player, both neutral and good, but you will lose karma if you do so. If you kill them and loot them, you will lose even more karma. You can also do other criminal actions like stealing carts and so on. But there are pretty heavy consequences for that. The first consequence is that you cannot interact with the services of any city aside from your own city. Then you may get jailed if you are killed by a bounty hunter, and you would have to pay a fine to get out immediately from jail, a gold fine. Otherwise, you have to wait for the the jail time to be over. That would be 24 to 48 hours, so it's a pretty long one. But if you want to engage in a criminal career and you have a decent amount of coins in the global gold wallets, then you're able to bail yourself out, or you can ask a friend to bail you out and then give him or her back the the gold. And yeah, you lose all the items that you have equipped on death, and that's the last big thing. So it's a very, very, very risky option, and yeah, it's very inconvenient, and that's on purpose, because as I've said in the beginning of the video, player killing in the human planet should not really be a thing. So there's that. Now I have the good status, so my name is white. Neutral also leaves your name white, and evil makes your name red. If you're neutral, you will also see other players having an orange name. Now that the alignment is covered, let's get to the next topic, which is the tech tree. And in order to do that, I'm going to teleport myself to one of the player cities that has a marketplace. And the city will be the city of Blue Army. So let's go there. Here we are in the town hall of the city. It's a pretty nice city they got here, level 9 or 10 out of 15, so it's already pretty advanced with a lot of facilities and crops and houses. Let's check out the tech tree here. Oh, by the way, you will notice that the UI of the town hall has changed a bit from how it used to be. Now it also has tabs on the side, like the marketplace. And going forward, this is going to be the layout of our user interfaces. As you can see, there are now way more researches than there used to be. The basic ones are still the same: tailoring, witchcraft, blacksmithing, carpentry, masonry, trading, religion, and banking. But now you have way more advanced research. And why is that so? Well, that is largely thanks to the addition of enchanting. So increasing the power of your gear to +1, +2, +3, and +4. And in order to do that, according to the type of item, you have to research a specific tech. So for instance, if you want to, if you have, say, a piece of scholar cloth, these are crafted in the tailor shop. In order to enchant them to +1, you need to research the tailoring +1 tech, +2, same story, +3, and +4. And this is the same for all the other crafting shops, really. So witchcraft, this is the magic shop, +1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we have blacksmithing, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we have carpentry, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, as you can see, the first and second step are always in the village stage, while the third and fourth steps are unlocked at the town stage. Also, you can see there are some additional techs that didn't exist in the previous test. Leatherworking was there, but thief apparel was not there because we didn't have thief clothes. Mage apparel now depends on tailoring 1 and witchcraft 1. There's a line of researches for imbuing, starting from gem manipulation, fine gem manipulation, and flawless gem manipulation. So the first one allows you to build the imbuing table and the gem socketing station, and only work with chipped gems. And then you can also work with fine gems and flawless gems. Then there's jewelry that requires both witchcraft and blacksmithing. This one didn't exist also in the previous test. Blacksmithing, we already mentioned that. We have advanced weaponry here and plate armors here, and advanced smelting here. So these 3 researches already existed. One allows you to create more sophisticated weapons, mostly two-handed weapons like the Warhammer. Plate armor, well, you can guess what it does. And advanced smelting allows you to create the advanced smeltery, which allows you to smelt alloys. Then at the connection between carpentry and blacksmithing, we have siege weapons. These also existed already. You can create the siege workshop and build catapults. Carpentry we already covered. Then right after masonry, there's architecture that allows you to create larger houses, larger than 3x3. That also unlocks palisades and fortified walls. Very important if your city is getting under siege. It's very, very important. And in the end, you got the prison. It's so you can run your own jail in your city. People can sign up as bounty hunters, of course, people with good alignments. can sign up as bounty hunters, and if they kill a criminal, an evil player, this player is going to be sent to jail inside of your city. And then if this person pays the bounty to get out of jail, it will be split between your city treasury and the bounty hunter's global gold wallet. And then you have some solitary researches, trading that unlocks the marketplace, banking that unlocks the bank, and religion that unlocks the shrine, where you can set your alignment and reset your spawn point. Now to the next big topic, taxes. Governors can now set fees for all the crafting stations inside of a city. So what they can do, and again, this menu may be changed in the future, but the idea behind it is going to be the same. A governor can decide the amount of gold taxation that is applied to players who use the crafting stations of the city. And specifically, there can be a different taxation for citizens, residents, and foreigners. And the way this works, let's take the Forge, for instance. The governor of this city has set 10 gold for citizens, 15 for residents, and 20 for foreigners. This is not the price to craft one item. It's the added price multiplied, that has to be multiplied per the amount of main materials used to craft the item. Just to make it simple example, you're trying to craft a piece of plate armor gauntlets. They cost 3 ingots. If you are a foreigner, so you're not a resident of the region nor a citizen, they're going to cost 20 multiplied 3, 60 gold. If you're a citizen, that's 10 multiplied 3, 30 gold. So this is the way this works. Thanks to these new options, cities can become extremely profitable in generating gold for the treasury. Consider that if you have a city at level 15 that maybe is the only one or one of the few of the whole continent that has completed some researches, and so it's one of the only places where people can craft a specific item, players are going to come to your city to craft because they cannot do it at home. And yeah, they will, I mean, probably process items at their own place or somewhere else, but then bring the final materials to your city and craft in your city. And you can potentially get a lot of gold as a governor providing this type of service. And now to the very last topic of the video, chests and lockpicking in world events. Now, as you can see here on the mini map, there's an icon of a chest. And I'm just in a generic grassland biome, not far away from the bandit hotspot, a huge hotspot in this portion of the map. Being so close to this hotspot means that in this whole region there are events with the same creatures that can be found around here. And what are these creatures? They are bandits specifically. These events are generated randomly all around the map. They have a set of predefined location, but very, very varied. And so once one event is completed, it's going to respawn later in a different location. And so far we only have one type of event, which is a treasure chest event. So let's check this out. And as you can see, I have a bunch of bandits here. There's a spell sword, a thug, I think, or maybe it's a marauder, or maybe it's, well, whatever, there are way too many. But yeah, this is not a particularly hard one. Of course, I'm invulnerable, and now I'm going to use some admin powers to get rid of these creatures quickly. Here we go, they're all dead now, massacred by this admin fury. Let's check out the quest here. As you can see, it says that it's a bandit chest, and it reports the success rates that I have when trying to open it with different types of lockpicks. It's an advanced lock, so it's not the simplest one you can find. And given my lockpicking score, which is, let's see, 300, that's determined by my dexterity and enchantments on my equipment, so I have a total of 300. Given that, my chance to open this chest with a wooden lockpick is 20%, with a rusty lockpick is 45%, and a professional lockpick is 70%. Wooden lockpicks can be crafted easily from the inventory just by collecting branches from trees, but they are very weak. Rusty lockpicks can be looted in the corpses of monsters. And professional lockpicks can be crafted at the forge. Alright, I have some rusty lockpicks now, some professional lockpicks, and some wooden lockpicks. When opening the chest, I can choose which one I want to use. This is the very weak rusty lockpick with a 20% chance. And well, I succeeded, so pretty lucky. Alright, the chest is open now, and as you can see, it contains some enchanting regions, mysterious tarots, a lot of gold, so chests are very good to get gold, and also a chipped ruby, which is also pretty valuable. So yeah, this was the event. Of course, the fun part, which is the PvE part, you haven't seen it because I've used admin powers to defeat the creatures, but there are events, of course, that are harder than these ones, with high-level creatures, including some small bosses, so they can get considerably harder than this. And this whole world event topic is something that we're definitely going to expand on in the future. Right now is admittedly a bit repetitive because there is only one kind of event, the treasure chests, as we've seen, but it opens up a lot of possibility for chains of events and treasure hunts and more complex multi-step events. So we're really excited to work on these in the future. They're not really planned for the very next test, but for the ones after, for sure, something else is going to be coming out. Alright, this was all for this video. Many different topics, as I said in the beginning. Pretty short one because there wasn't much left to cover. A lot has already been shown in the previous 3 spotlight videos. You can see them here in the playlist on YouTube, so if you haven't watched them, I think you should. Enjoy the full alpha and see you in the next update. Bye bye.